All right, so this is how I sample, man. All right, so a lot of you guys would say, yo, Preem, yo, why you not using MPC software, MPC 2.0, right? Y'all would say that. MPC is right here. I could use it, but yo, I haven't really got into the software yet, but I'm gonna show you the part of the software that I do use. But since I'm so used to using Audition, I've been using Audition since MPC 2500. All right. Actually, before that, I was using it with the 2000, MPC 2000 XL. I was using Adobe Audition. So I'm so used to it. That's my go-to for chopping samples. I don't even chop I chop my samples in the MPC itself, but I'm gonna show you, this is my workflow, man. So just check it out. All right, so here we go, man. So this is something I already sampled right here, man. So if y'all guys got Audition or whatever, you could use any software you want. You could just use the MPC software and sample directly into it. So I just sampled that, right? And I did two chops. I did a chop here, and then I did a chop over here. So boom, I just wanted a horn. Right, and I just, saved it. So I'm gonna go through it real quick. One right here. So I do new audio file, boom, like that. Then on YouTube, I'm sampling from YouTube. That's my crate digging. I'm sampling there. Yo, if you look at this right there, y'all probably will go here and find samples too, samples and loops, boom. I know everybody and their mother been through all of this stuff, It's 4,000, almost 5,000 samples in here. So, I just go through them. So let's go through this. So there you go. I want that sample. So I just hit record, man. That's it. Got the sample in there. So in here, since I'm so used to it, if I want to turn the sample up, I could turn the sample up a little. I already, I don't go chopping over there, but yo, if I want to, add noise reduction, I go right here, take the hiss out of it, because YouTube be having hiss. I have mine's already preset. So it takes the highs out. You see right there, highs, it takes the highs out. I hit apply and it'll play lower. You hear that? All right, so boom, I'm gonna undo the hiss, because I know how to fix that inside the MPC standalone mode. So, that's what it is. That's how there's my workflow. All right, so we're just gonna chop this real quick. And my chops, I never chop it exact in here. All right, I always give a little bit in the front and a little bit in the back. All right, so that's how I do it, because I do the final chop inside the MPC. All right, so then I look at the name down here. I never really deal with names too much. So I just look at the first three letters. And that's number one. And I might chop it up even more. I just might want that horn. Right? I just want the horn. Number two. Right? I could do an auto chop inside the MPC if I want to. Right? But there's how I do it. You know what I'm saying? So I got two different sounds right there. That's two different samples. Then I always check more. That's a sample right there. After that, then I go to the next sample. Sample. I don't get all, I just don't go sample crazy. I'm looking for specific sounds, Like this here, there's no beat behind it. So since there's no beat behind it, it's just that sound. There's a lot that I can do with that if I want to sample it. You hear that? But see, the thing about it, I'm not sampling that because I got a lot of that. Let's see what else. Next. And while I'm going through these samples, right, I'm digging, I set it up for the next sample. Then once I hear these samples, sometimes I just click right through it. Hopefully I'll find something real quick. I don't want this to go on all day. There you go right there. You hear that? So that's a whole sample right there. So I set it up, bring it to the beginning, press record. And that's all I want. That's going to be 3 samples. All right, that's 3 samples. I can turn it up. Right, so that's 1 sample. Sometimes I like to just listen to it, loop. I'll find it, but I ain't gonna find it right now because this is my workflow, how I do it, right? So I'll find the first 3 letters. I can do the 1. So I'm not trying to spend a whole bunch of time organizing it. It's going to be organized. Something I always do, if you look at these 2 waves, right? This is left and this is right. They different. So a lot of times I check them to see what's playing on the left and what's playing on the right. Let's check. There's something different playing on the left. Right? Now let's listen to the right side. So sometimes, I'll just take the left side and then take this left side and copy it up here to, I take the right side, copy up to the left or the left to the right, and boom. So then I have my left and right. It depends, but I like the way it sounds altogether. So I know where it starts, right? I'm not getting perfect chops. Right? So this is going to be saving just that section, the 2. All right, 1 more, and we're going to get out of here. I like that. All right, let's bring the front. There you go. If I want to get in there and really look at it. Right there, there you go, your perfect loop. If you want to get a perfect loop, you can. All right, So boom, that's 3, right? 3 samples, the 3. So this sample here, I'm getting ready to chop it. I just want you to see this real quick. So I get inspired by samples. So while I'm sample digging, I'm digging for samples, I come up with musical ideas. All right, so this sample here, this is how it sounds. You hear that shit? And then I could listen to this for about 30 minutes, just that one loop. And then I'll start making a beat to myself. So that beat right there that's coming in my head, I don't even have to use that sample no more because I got the feel. So I can make a beat that go. So I don't even have to sample that if I don't want to sample that, because now I got the beat in my head. So I could just get a bass line, I get a bass sound, I got the beat, right? Boom. So this don't have to be a sample. It's now I could create my own beat just by listening to this sound. So here we go. So now if I wanted, I could still use it. I could put a filter on it. Take the bass out of it. So it's just the highs. And then put my own beat in it. Or take the highs out and just leave the bass in it. And just have a hum in the background so I can have that feel and then put my beat and my other sounds on top of it. So there you go. That's, that's something. Well, let you hear the next part. So now I got the first part and then here's the second part of it. That's your break. And it goes another one. So right there, I'm hearing drum patterns. I'm hearing a lot of stuff that I like. So I could use those drum patterns. I could recreate those drum patterns myself. So I really don't have to sample it. All right, so there you go. So right there, that's 3 samples. That's a sample here. So I'm gonna name that Jim, because it looks like Jim Kelly on the front. Forget the name of the album. I'm just naming it Jim. So that's how I remember it, Jim. I know this is the third one, the second one. I don't even have to listen to it. All right. Then this the third. Okay, give it a little. I always give it a little extra, even though it's over. All right, so then I have something to work with. Jim 3. All right, so that's another sample right there. Of course, it got more in the back. I just let it rock for a minute. That's a sample. That's a sample right there. Right? Jim 4. I like that. That's a sample, just one sound. So there's 5 samples out of that. It's 5 chops. Now, since this record right here sounded really good and it has some sample, hopefully something else off of that same album, I have something. So that's the first one here. So let's play the second one. Oh, it's 3 of them. So let's see what the next one got. That's something. It's not what I'm looking for, but it's something. I always go through a sample real quick. And that's how you find those sounds. They be at the end. Never, always forget to check the end of the sample. All right, so next. See, there you go, right there. There's your sample. That's it right there. That's the sample. So, you know, that's why I said whenever you get one good sample off of a certain record, then check the other ones, check for more. All right, so I'm going to sample that real quick. I like that. It's slow. I might have to speed it up or slow it down. I can make a beat to it out in my head. See, that's it right there. It's a lot you could do to it. You're gonna make a trap beat out of that. All right, so you don't need that much, right? So a lot of times what I do is I'll skip through the sample. If you're looking for a sample like that, sometimes I listen to the beat too to see what they did. All right, so that sample is done. Stop. I don't even have to really think about this sample that much. Right? Because all I want is that. I don't want nothing else. That's all I really want is just that part. So I'll give this a gem 6 because it's the same, you know, record. We're gonna do a different part. Let's change up. All right, that's all I need. Because I'm gonna chop it and flip it a different way anyway. Gem 7. So I got 7 samples off the same record. I kept it together. All right. So I just want y'all to check that. All right. So this is what sampling is all about. You find these gems. It's just a drum loop. I could listen to this drum loop for hours. All right. That's a dope loop. So you can search for hours and all of a sudden you find it. You know, you never know what you're gonna find. Check this out. Check this out. Breakbeat. All right, so that's all you need. Okay, so I'm done with sampling, right? Let's close these windows, close YouTube. Let's open up MPC Software. All right. Come on, give it a second. All right, there you go. All right, so we got that open. Let me minimize that. So I already have a folder. I already had a folder, right? Okay, so all of these files in here, these PCAP files, I got to clean it up. All right, so I usually squeeze things together to make them line up. I know it's another way to do it, but you know, I'm lazy right now. Just got home from work. Like I said, I do this in my spare time. So I never sample. I don't really sample when, you know, it's a crunch, when I gotta like really put some work in sampling. I like to enjoy the music. I like to, when I'm sampling, I listen to the music, listen to records, and I get ideas on beats I'm gonna make, you know, drum patterns, you know, bass lines, horns, all of that. You know, so a lot of times I don't even use some of the samples. It's just the pattern of the sample, the way the instrument was played, you know, I use it and I recreate it. So, and then it gives me a feel for music. So if I got writer's block, like some of y'all guys I see online, y'all be posting saying y'all got writer's block. My writer's block go away once I start sampling. All right, so I see I got some unnamed joints in here. What's this? Oh, I like that. I'm just gonna name it piano. I'm a PI1. I'm gonna name it PI1. Let's see if that'll go. Nope, because I already named that. So we're gonna name it. I don't even know what I'm gonna name it. I'll be using up everything. I'm gonna name it JoJo 1. I don't really care. That's how I be naming it. Let's what this one is.
The reality is, it is American history, yours and mine. You look at blackface.
Okay. I'm not going to keep that. I'm going to delete it because I got the part that I want to use already. So delete that. I don't need it. Maybe the other one I could have deleted that. All right. So let's see. These are all my samples right here. I got 167 files. So I'm going to basically split that up into 2 programs. All right. Because if I use, all right, let's open this. If I use all of these banks, right, that's what, 128. So I got more samples than I can fit into one program. So I'm going to make 2 programs. I'm going to make 2. All right. So how I do it, you know, most of y'all guys probably do the same thing. And I'm so happy that this software finally came out. I wish I had it when they should have had this software back 2000 XL, 2500. It would have made things life a lot easier, but it is what it is. We got it now. So let's find that folder is on my desktop. The folder name is Duke. That's where I saved all my samples. All right. Open that. There go all my samples. You know, I don't name it in no certain kind of way. Like I just basically take the first 3 letters and just give it a name, man. So that's why when people say, "Yo, Preme, I want that beat. Can you find that sample? What's the name of that sample?" I don't know, because I didn't name it properly. I named it. It's for me. I understand how I'm doing it. All right. So you know, so AM1, AM2, they go together. And 1 and 2 goes together. This AP1 is whatever. And then I got this B10. I got a BA1. So, you know, boom. I guess because I didn't give them capitals, they get a little bit out of order. So it is what it is. All right. So I just try to keep the samples together and just start throwing them on the pads. All right. We're going to give this bank, I'm going to call this bank, I'm going to call it Duke. I like them in caps. Duke. Come on, man. Bear with me, man. I'm a little bit tired. All right, so I'm gonna name it Duke. Pro 1. That's going to be the first program. So we got one in there, right? All right, cancel. Well, I don't want to replace it. Got 2. All right, so there you go. I'm just going to keep adding these samples onto pads. All right, these B joints, even though the 10 went first, I try to keep them all together. So that's 10 of them. So I want to keep them all together. So I might take this one and put it over here for now, right? And I'll take this one. Right?
Anytime you need, think of me, I'll be waiting here.
There you go. So it's one that don't belong. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, there you go. So they all belong right there, right? So I'll leave these 2 open. Don't mind, because I don't want some of them to get mixed up, all right? So this one here didn't belong, right? So I'll just throw it down here. All right, I just like that horn. You hear that horn? And then I just continue. Now these dukes, I want the dukes to stay together.
I think the problem is for African Americans, we know the history.
So those 4 is there. So I don't mind that I left this pad open.
You look at
So this 5 goes, I'll just put it to this empty pad, man. I know they go together, all right? You like those samples, right? So I just keep on going. And then when I'm done, right? When I'm done making my my program, I save it. So first, I got an SD card in my computer. Make a folder, right? I'm gonna name it Duke. And that's where I'm gonna save this program. To Duke. It's really that simple. Save project. Duke, right? Give it a name. Duke Pro 1. That's it. Save. So there you go. I just made a program. That's how I do it. So now I did use the MPC software to make a program. This is something that I wish that was available back in the 2000 XL days, 2500 days, man. This would have made things a lot easier. So there's how I do it. And, you know, I go back and check. There you go, project. There go my samples right there. Now we're going to head down to the studio. Just having fun right now. There you go, right there. Let's go. Let's see what we got. Man, like I said before, man, I wish they'd have had this a long time. So we got Duke 2, Duke 1, Duke 2, and Duke 1. And boom, there you go. this is where I just test my samples, but I got to get some drums up in here. So, you know, boom, I go in and I find my drum. There you go, right there. Let's go. Let's see what we got. Man, like I said before, man, I wish they'd have had this a long time. So we got Duke 2, Duke 1, Duke 2, and Duke 1. And boom, there you go. Now this is where I just test my samples, but I got to get some drums up in here. So, you know, boom, I go in and I find my drums. So it's in internal. So load all. Let's see what we got. Okay, so we got my drums. So if you don't got Su-Preme drums, get Su-Preme drums. So I could have loaded from another program that I already have where they already chop properly, but I load them back like they brand new every time because then I get to retune them, get to do them different ways. And I don't get, you know, basically my ear is different. You know, I get to hear the drums a different kind of way. So, you know, see like that? All right, so usually I just go in here and tighten them up. So this is how I do it. So I tighten them up. Now, I could have used them from a preset from before, but then if I do that, then it's the same shit. I might wind up using the drums exactly the same way I used them before on a different project. See now? And you see my samples, right? Look at them. They not tight. And I never have them tight. So if you buy these, they're not tight so that you can play around with it. All right, you can play. Right, I don't do them to all. I'm just doing it to a few right now, just to get it, something to play with. Right. See how slow it is? So if I go into tune, I could tune them up. I could leave that little in. You know what that is, right? Funky President and Peace to President. It's one of those. That's why I like this drum machine, how quick I can do this. So I don't mind doing it every time I get on here. Especially when I'm doing a whole new project. You know, now if I'm just coming back to it to make more beats with what I got, then yeah, it's already set. I just leave it and then I move on. So I got it's a ton of drums, you know, Su-Preme drums, Su-Preme vinyl drums is like 300 drums. So I just did 16. So really it's 8 snares and 8 bass drums. All right, so that's what it is. All right, so let's get back to the samples. So I get a little rusty, man, because, you know, I have other things to do. So I always keep hitting this stop just to stop the sample, or it'll just keep playing. And then I test my sample. So they close. So something like that, you're gonna slow down. You're gonna play with that. You can play with it. So that's how you get, that's how I be getting bass line. That's how I get my bass line. There's a lot of samples in that. So, boom, I test out samples. I ain't gonna go all through it because remember, it's like 130 samples I just threw in here. All right, so let's go and get, I need some hi-hats. So I usually go in here and just take anything. I don't even be thinking about what I'm gonna use, right? So acoustics, man, I just load them shits in, man. Whatever the hi-hats is, that's what it is for right now. That's just how I do it. All right, so I always need some hi-hats. I started off with hi-hats just to get a feel. That's my hi. That's it right there. I don't care where it comes from. I ain't trying to go, oh, it gotta be a hip-hop hi-hat or whatever. This can be changed. Could be changed, so it don't matter where it comes from. All right, as long as I got it. All right, I'm gonna do 90 beats a minute. This for so that I could test my samples out. This is just to test samples out. All right, it's just to test them out. So then I go back to my drums. Which one I was on, I don't know. We're gonna find it. Right, then I don't know what I'm gonna use. All right, so of course the levels is all jacked up. I don't care. Now I can play with my samples. Right there go a beat right there, right? So of course it's low, right? So I can go in here and process this shit, man, and get it louder, normalize the bitch. Of course I'm gonna have to do this one too. All right, then I go back over here and turn them down. Alright, so and then I start going in here and I just start, every time I hear something that I like, right, so now I'm basically close to where that sample needs to be. So if it's another one, you see how I'm finding this. So now I'm finding the tempo. Then you can do 16 level. Alright, so you're just playing around. All I'm doing is playing around until I get a feel for the sample. Just some shorts. So you can hear that little piece in there, right? See, some samples work off top. So some samples just work automatically. There you go. So his samples I gotta turn up.
Think of me, think of me.
It just happens. That's when 16 levels comes into play. It's just have fun. So I've learned how to have fun with my drum machine and samples over the years. So that right there wouldn't even be that beat right there. It'd be like. So what's the sample to that? What's the tempo to that sample? All right, how would I find that? How would I find that? I would just start off, right? I would start off with shit. 86 is already there. Right? Shit, I could turn that shit to 1 bar. Man, you know that shit gotta go slow. Faster. And figure that shit out. Look at that shit. I'm figuring it out right there. See, now I skip. So just speed it up a little more. Just speed it up a little bit more. Look at that shit. I almost found it. 73. Look at that. 74. Let's go 74. Found the sample. I found it. Just that fast. Alright? So that's how I be finding. Yo, I play with it, man. I have fun with this shit, man. I play with it. Now let's get some drums. So that's a beat. So there you go, right? There you go. So since it's 1 bar, copy, copy, boom. How many bars we got? 4. We got 4 bars. Now I can add a beat in there. Undo. I'm just playing. What's throwing it off is that shit right there. And take out all of that shit. Alright, so then you stop right there. All of this is an idea. That's it. And then you move on. So, boom. We're going to move back to the first sequence. Alright, so we was there. Playing with that. Hear that? Just catch it up. All right, next.
the Sunday. Man, I'm hungry. I want something to eat. That's all you talk about is Sunday. When I left my good job on that ministry show, what did you tell? What I gonna do? You said, come on, go with me, boy. We gonna have fast and drink. All good day.
So then I'll usually, not usually, all the time I'll find something that touches me inside. And once I find that, then the rest of the beats have to wait because I got to do this. All right, so it's like that same boom bap. Now I can't hear the boom bap. The boom bap is is monotonous. Is messing with my brain now. So I can't do it no more. So now I got to play around, and I don't know what's going to happen. But I'm still going to use it. Then I can't hear that little thing in the back. I can't hear that no more. It's just got to be that. And that right there, I could listen to this for about an hour. Now that is going to bring out all of the other beats that's supposed to come, that's going to be sent to me from the universe. All of it is going to come from this beat right here.
Yeah, greatness, vibe out, good vibes, feel good music like a barbecue or summertime cookout. Everything good, so you ain't gotta look out. Smell of food and fresh trees as wind breeze.